For 15 years, there has been speculation and lingering questions about the disappearance of Susan Powell. What happened? How did she die? And where is her body?
KSL Cold podcaster Dave Cawley spent years combing through the case file for the Cold podcast, looking for answers. And tonight, he may have put one more piece of the puzzle together. There was a mystery piece of metal police found charred and hidden in Josh's van. What is it?
Just days before Susan Powell disappeared, her husband Josh came to this business. He wanted to buy an oxyacetylene torch, a tool capable of melting steel.
Said that he was interested in welding equipment.
Andrew Robinson was working at Airgas that day.
I asked what it was in particular that he was wanting to weld, and he said that he was interested in making jewelry.
Josh ended up buying this.
Let's say a little bit of overkill, something more for cutting steel than for making jewelry.
But it didn't seem suspicious to Andrew until Susan disappeared.
What was his actual intent on the equipment that he purchased?
Detectives were at that same time trying to figure out what this melted metal object was. They'd found it hidden in the back of Josh's minivan, and they sent it to the FBI.
The FBI wasn't able to identify what it was.
Only that it was made of steel and included 3 charred wires.
There's assumptions that, it was a cell phone or GPS or a hard drive.
We previously put that to the test and proved it wrong. So we asked, what else could it be? One clue might be these screwdriver bits found with the melted metal. Or this home movie, obtained exclusively by KSL.
You're drilling on my foot? That could really hurt someone.
Susan also recorded this video about a year before she disappeared.
Covering all my bases, making sure that if something happens to me or my family or all of us, that our assets are documented.
It showed Josh's tool collection.
A rigid drill, some type of rigid sander, and a rigid saw.
Police photos show Josh's tool bag was here by the door when Susan disappeared. The next day, it was here by the torch. Look close and the pictures prove the torch was used. To Andrew, that's evidence.
Something involved was destroyed by Josh.
Could that something be a power tool? To test the theory, we torched a cordless impact driver, a tool like one Josh might have owned. The result, well, see for yourself.
Why would you destroy something like that unless for some reason you just wanted to see how long it would take to melt a cordless drill, but why?
It's the same question Ellis, the former detective, asked.
Even if it got blood on it, why would you completely destroy it?
It only makes sense if it's evidence.
Whether he premeditated it, I'll go to Airgas, I'll buy this equipment, and then I'll melt the weapon. I don't believe that to be the case. It's quite feasible that the destruction of that to be involved somehow in Susan's demise.
Tomorrow is the 15th anniversary of Susan's disappearance, and we'll have extensive coverage all day long. We'll have never before released police interviews on our YouTube channel. Then at 6:30 on KSL TV, a half-hour special on how police and the public have changed how we respond and work to prevent domestic violence. And at 7, Cold podcast host Dave Cawley will join Sheriff Park in the KSL Stream Center to talk about the Susan Powell case and answer your questions live.
That's pretty fascinating, though, about that metal. I'd forgotten about that. And
yes.
So putting that to the test, very interesting. All right, thank you, Dave.